Well, what happened that night was we came up with a plan after that body went over. And Riain and Riain, they bickered like a married couple before we finally got the book deck. We told them we were looking for night whales. They believed us. We then went and warned the captain. Ended the night by gathering up our deliveries. Find out what happens next on today's short quest, long rest.
Alrighty. So, over the next few days, as the ship glides over the ocean further north, traveling ever closer to Icewind Dale, you find that it gets colder the further you travel. Large chunks of seaborne ice now regularly drift past the Icebreaker throughout the day. Your destination is about 100 miles northwest of Luskin, a large coastal mining town with a population of roughly 15,000 people, from what you're being told by some of the other crew over the next few days. Half of them dwarves, the rest human. The region is known for its iron mines and other common ores, and very rarely, the rarest and hardest workable metal of all, adamantine, is found in the hills of Fireshire. Speaking to some of the other deliverers who are heading northward with you, other packages that they are responsible for, kind of more bulk mail, not special deliveries as your team has been assigned, they're able to give you an idea, at least, of the origins of the letter addressed to one Griggle Dusklock. One of them complains about a very theatrical drow that he met standing on the balcony of a lighthouse while in Luskin, who was very difficult to convince to stop monologuing and come down and actually give him a letter to deliver. But otherwise, seemed pretty enthusiastic about getting in touch with an old friend. It is this particular letter that is the object of delivery to be brought into Fireshire. Now, as a new day approaches, you start seeing what looks to be a haze of smoke further up the coast. Nothing alarming, the sort of campfires that you see around a large settlement. And as the day progresses, it is about noon by the time that the Icebreaker glides into the harbor of the town of Fireshire. The many houses on shore form a crescent around the harbor, and you could see several large public houses near the wharf, sort of communal living. A dozen thin pillars of smoke rise from the far side of town as you approach, and what had originally struck you as, it's just the fires of a town kind of getting breakfast on and going about their business, has now thickened as you drift into the harbor. And it's clear that even at this distance, a number of houses on the eastern side of town are burning.
Uh-oh.
The Icebreaker glides up to the dock and is moored by some of the sailors. And as you are on deck and the gangplank is lowered to allow you onto the docks, you see a blonde woman in a long green dress, wearing a gray wolf pelt about her shoulders, who approaches from one of the public houses. While the ship is being secured, she stands on the dock and holds a hand aloft in greeting. What are you guys doing?
I guess we'll go up and give her a chat.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Approach. I think he's just kind of happy to be off the ship.
Yeah. I could see that for a foul.
Yeah.
Or grin. Damn it, I gotta stop that.
Talents are wasted on that ship.
As you approach this individual, she kind of shifts the fur over her shoulders, that wolf pelt, and kind of huddles into it a little more. It is very chilly out here, significantly colder than it was 100 miles south. And on your approach, she says, I knew I recognized that ship. But you are new faces. Welcome to Fireshear. May I ask your business?
We're with the Luscar deliverers. Just delivering a package.
Oh, then you should probably be aware. Avoid the eastern end of town if you can. We've had problems with small elementals that have started appearing in the neighborhood there.
I'm guessing that's the part that's burning.
Yeah, say, let me guess, fire elementals?
Yes. And no. He's small, and she kind of holds up her hands and indicates a creature about the size of a cat. What did he call them? Mephit?
Mephits?
Mephits, yes. We have a problem with Mephits on the eastern side of town.
Very familiar with Mephits.
Kind of looks at Grin like, what the hell's a Mephit?
It's a fae.
Oh, you say that like it's just like anybody would just know. But okay, no problem.
Right, as I said, I would avoid the eastern side of town and be about your business quickly while we deal with the problem of the Mephits. Was there any help I could provide you? I was going to speak to the captain.
Thought it was. Apparently just an elemental, not a fae.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants. Don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, saying that is Eric. He's convinced that they're fae.
Riain has no idea. He's like, oh, it's definitely fae then. Okay, good information.
If I might ask, you said you had a delivery to make. Who are you looking for? Perhaps I know them.
Which one of you has the letter?
I have the letter, but I didn't write down the name.
Perhaps it says
it's the Griggle
That's
Lustlock,
the one.
or Dusklock.
Wait, is it? Yes.
We're looking for Giggles Rustlock.
Griggle Dusklock.
Aye, that's it.
When you say the name Giggle Rustlock, she does kind of get a confused look, like, that name kind of sounds familiar, and then when corrected, goes, yes. Oh. And her face kind of falls. His forge, he is in the eastern neighborhoods. He's a little eccentric, but I don't think he's escaped yet.
Yeah. Riain would just kind of sigh and be like, of course he has. Of course he lives over there.
Aye.
Sounds about right.
Well, if you're going to make your delivery, please be careful. The streets are very dangerous at this time, and if you're able to do anything to advance the slow of the Mephits, I will give you each 25 gold. Would that be appropriate for assisting my town?
Your town?
Yeah, you a mayor, or is this more like a colloquial, like my town? Like, I grew up here, this is my town.
A colloquial.
Okay.
I represent the people here. I'm not their mayor.
Well,
Understood.
I think 25 gold sounds appropriate to me.
Aye.
Yes, I can't
You
argue
may
with that.
need the additional help, and actually there is a man, she says it almost a little hesitantly, in town who's actually been to see Griggle lately, and I do think he was looking for work. That public house, and she points to one towards the eastern end of the docks, that one there, I believe, is where he's staying. Ask for Dreamer, I think it was.
Interesting name.
Interesting fellow. Well, you'll find out when you meet him.
Am I to extend this reward to him from you?
Yes, whatever help you can provide the town.
Will do.
Aye.
So if he's looking for work, I can't see him turning this down.
Alright, and she kind of, again, readjusts the gray wolf pelt on her shoulders and turns past you to stride to the end of the dock and up the gangplank. You see her let in by the new watchman in front of the captain's quarters to see the half-orc captain you had spoken to the night before. And while you guys are standing here at the end of the dock, with the smoke rising in the eastern district and, word that you might have another person to assist you in reaching Griggle, what are you guys doing?
go
Well,
find
I
Dreamer.
imagine we'd completely. I was gonna say no. I think we should completely bypass Dreamer.
Oh, that's true.
Just go to the.
Well,
Getting.
we did kind of take this package from whoever was supposed to deliver it. I imagine that person was on the
I think
on the ship.
I think we were supposed to deliver them. They gathered them for us.
Is that the case?
Yeah, the other. Yeah, I thought the other deliverers were just taking like mail. Like,
We were the special delivery unit.
yeah, but Josie can clarify. Were we the? We were the ones that were supposed to end up taking all these packages, right?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
You are the ones responsible for these special deliveries. The rest
Gotcha.
seem to be mundane mail.
Goody.
Gotcha.
Well,
Yep.
if we are to face Mephits, which it sounds like we are, the more the merrier.
The Mephit the merrier.
Yes.
Yeah. Wop, wop,
That's-
wop.
The more
That's
the
the episode
Mephitier.
name. The more the Mephitier. Anyway,
Sigh at my jokes.
Mine was clever.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
making your way down towards the eastern end of the docks, the house that had been indicated to you, a two-story structure, much wider than it is long, kind of built lengthwise along the harbor there, has a covered door frame, as in, it has an awning out the front there, a set of double doors that are currently kept closed, and as you push your way in, you're immediately struck by a wall of heat. Just the comparison of the very frosty environment from outside and the warmth of being in an interior where you can actually have open flame and a fireplace. It's warmer than even the ship. And seems to be a number of people milling about a dozen of them. A lot of conversation regarding the Mephit situation. A couple people sporting burns or other soot marks on their bodies. Everyone equipped with some sort of weapon to defend themselves. It doesn't seem that there's really any organization to the chaos of people kind of sitting around and having conversations with one another about what's going on. But as you enter, there is a dwarf who approaches you. A medium brown-haired woman who comes and stands before the trio with her hands on her hips. Well, you don't look like anyone that I know around here. Something I can help you with?
We're looking for a gentleman. We didn't get much of a description, but I believe he goes by the name of Dreamer. We're supposed to be looking for. See if he might be willing to help us with an issue we have.
Oh, that odd fellow. All right. No, he has actually been helping us with healing folk and the like. Do believe that he's in that corner there. And she kind of points to the opposite side of the room where there is a very large booth, and you can clearly see that there is somebody sitting with their back to you. It's very hard to see what exactly they look like.
Yeah. I think he would say to her, be like, everybody keeps telling us he's strange. That's like the third time we've heard that.
Well,
What's so strange about him?
I don't, I should say I don't want to ruin the surprise, but you're gonna see anyway. He's one of those, what is he called? What did he call himself? Well, he's made of wood and metal. He don't got flesh like you and I. Like a construct, like he's come right out of some child's toy.
I've heard of them. The name eludes me too, but yeah, I've only seen a couple, even in Waterdeep, but
Fascinating.
But interesting. Okay, that means he's a tough son of a bitch, probably.
He's been very useful. I would appreciate it if you at least treat him kindly. I know, don't stare like some of these other folk do, and she kind of waves a dismissive hand over the rest of the people in the room.
Of course not.
Right. You need anything, I can bring you drinks at the table.
Excellent.
Apologies if it's not anything fancy. This is not the greatest of the public houses, but I make do.
Don't you worry. We're not the fancy type. Appreciate your help, and thank you very much for all your information.
All right. You need anything, you ask for Becca, right?
Okay, Becca.
Will do.
I will do.
Will do.
She kind of gives this very, a single nod, this very emphatic yes, and goes off to attend to some of the other guests, leaving you to approach the table at which the mysterious dreamer sits.
Yeah, I mean, he's just gonna stride on over.
Yeah, so I was thinking, just roll up. Like, so, you're the gentleman we're looking for. You dreamer.
If you would like to introduce what Dreamer looks like, Lando, what do these guys see when they finally lay eyes upon you?
So, hello.
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 Dreamer sits very awkwardly in this booth. He's examining a map that he seems to be crudely drawn, and if you looked at him, you would probably think he looked like a flayed person initially. A series of dark orange tubes line his body, except on his shoulders, arms, and his feet and shins are wooden molded plates for armor. His jaw, his chest, and his forehead is iron, but it's rusted. And when you approach a table, he turns to look at you. One eye is blue, one eye is green. He puts up a hand. Hello.
Hello.
So you're a dreamer, eh?
Holy shit.
Yes, that is what I'm called.
Well, it's good to meet you, friend. We were actually told to come talk to you. He said you might be looking for some work, and we've been tasked with helping out with some of these this Mephit problem over on the east side.
Mephit.
Mephit, Muppets, whatever.
Belgrad's gonna take a seat in the booth. Relax.
Yeah, after he watches it, Riain watches him do it, he's like, okay, like shakes and kind of rolls his eyes and takes a seat too. But like, obviously, I hope you don't mind us sitting down. My friend here is a little takes whatever he can get.
So, Dreamer,
Yes.
what do they... Forgive me. What are you exactly? Because, like my friend Riain here, I've heard of your kind, but I can't recall the name.
Yeah, Riain just sighs. It's like,
Krellick hasn't.
he's supposed to be the smooth talker.
Krellick hasn't sat down yet. He is doing what he was told not to and staring.
just like head slightly forward, eyes real wide. Like you're being rude, Krellick.
Is there a name for it?
Oh, sorry.
I've been called Warforged.
That's it.
That's the one.
I knew I've heard
Damn
it.
it. Oh,
Yes.
it's on the tip of my tongue.
Typically, they're more metal.
Yes,
For some reason, I kept thinking door forged. I knew that wasn't right.
I was covered in metal for a long time.
And that's since changed?
I have changed. He'll turn to Krellick and just sort of stare back. Just blue, green eyes, just staring. And they'll like flicker out for a second.
Krellick,
Almost like
please.
a blink.
Just kind of looks back and forth between the two of them, like, oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah. And, he just sits down and looks at the table.
Well, it seems you've turned your back on iron, but how about gold?
It buys supplies.
It does indeed. How are you at killing Mephits?
I don't know. I haven't tried.
Would you like to find out?
Maybe.
It's a bit more non-committal than I'd prefer.
Who are you?
Felgrin, False Fae. But you can call me Grin if you like. This is my compatriot, Riain. Stormbright?
Stormlight.
Light! That's the one. And
Yeah,
Krellick
Stormlight.
Steelforge. He kind of pats the dwarf on the head.
Yeah, that's pretty...
Doesn't look up.
Nope.
The special kid of the group.
We were contracted
not
by a
right.
representative of the town to deal with the Mephits, and we were appointed to you as someone who might be able to lend a hand.
He'll examine all of you. Sure, let's do it.
Wonderful.
Oh, there we go. Say, was that the level of commitment you were looking for there?
Yes, making friends already.
There we go.
Shall we enjoy a drink first? Maybe?
Well, the east side is burning.
Well,
We might
you
want to
know,
go help
it's-
with that.
I think it'll be alright.
I
Glass
mean,
of wine will do me good.
he does have a point. I mean, you don't want to rush into a fire with your throat all dry.
Like, oh. And he's like, kind of shakes his head. He's like, oh, he's rubbing off on him. Oh, damn it.
Okay.
Looks like it's just you and me, Mary.
Okay, you're right. We should go. Let's
Oh,
go.
fine.
Krillik's fighting
Oh,
it
jeez,
real hard to leave the bar.
Becoming
grab
clear
one to
that
go.
there's no fun to be had in this group.
Not yet. There's plenty of fun to be had, but not when a place is burning down. Literally, like 3 blocks.
Places burn
just
down
east
all
of
the time, Rian.
Yeah, and that's what, like, and people are dispatched to try to deal with that. That's our job. We've been paid to do that.
Alright,
Oh.
fine.
I like money. So let's
Captain's
go.
There you
valor.
go.
Let's go bop some
This guy's
Mephits.
got it.
Mephits.
Whatever.
Help me.
All right. So, with your newly acquired escort to the forge of one Griggle, you leave the public house and head eastward. And as you do, the smoke in the sky gets thicker. You notice there's fewer people milling about the streets, and those who are seem to be keeping a watchful eye on the east. They go about with weapons, sheathed and unsheathed. A couple of them wielding short bows, and it's very clear that they have no idea how to wield. It is a very tense situation. And as you stride eastward to deliver this letter, you find yourselves amidst a cluster of houses on a street with a couple of hills around you. This entire region is very hilly. There are snow-covered pines all about you. And around the corner, from where you currently are, you can hear what sounds like the escape of gas from a small nozzle, followed by an almost erupting sound, that sort of something going up in flame. And you do see to your east, over the rooftops of a house about 45 feet away or so, flames going up on the opposite side of the building from you. Where are you guys going at this
Well,
time?
as soon as we started getting into danger zone, Krillik's got his shield out. He's not making that mistake
Yep.
again.
Yep, exactly. Shield's coming out. And I think Riain would start moving towards the burning house.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Alright.
Dreamer will equip his
So-
shield as well.
Ooh, Dreamer's got a shield
Alrighty.
too. We got some armored boys up in here.
Felrin's just following behind, hands in his pockets.
Now, is Miri out of the pack or in the pack still?
At the moment, I guess if we're going into combat, I'd probably have her pop out of the pack. There's not people around, right? It's pretty desolate here, right?
It's pretty desolate here. It seems like as you've gotten closer to the eastern district, the number of people have thinned, and now currently there's just no one on this side. Seems that they kind of formed a defensive line and are just kind of trying to contain these elementals from spreading further into the town.
And then I think he'd pull her out, and because I think he actually gets a feeling from Dreamer that like he's a cool dude, like that he's all right. Like I think it's just the calm, probably because he is druidic or whatever, even though I don't know that yet. But he's got like kind of a calming demeanor, very straight, even keel across the board. So he's just like, well, probably gonna find out at some point anyway. So yeah, he pulls Miri out. He's like, okay, sweetie, you stay right behind me. And Dreamer, like, this is another one of our companions. This is my daughter, Mary. Just
Hi.
don't freak out. You don't seem like the type to freak out, but don't freak out.
It's a quick thing. Dreamer looks at Miri, his jaw kind of drops, just sits there open.
Oh, shit, he's gonna freak out.
How is that your daughter?
My question exactly, Dreamer.
She's...
Some things.
I am in charge of her. I care for her.
Some things we
Adopted.
have a don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
Unless you had a
Okay.
very interesting encounter with a dragon that I very much need to hear about.
Nice. No, it's more of an adopted daughter. Obviously, she wasn't born to me. We can get into the details later.
The more the merrier.
Attaboy.
Well, Rian's over here like, just
Yeah.
be cool, guys, be cool.
Everybody, be cool.
So, as the 5 of you make your way further north along the path here. You see one of these creatures and another 2 that sort of hover over the rooftop, just barely visible. They seem completely fixed on trying to set fire to the home immediately east of you, about 20 feet away, and have not noticed the party yet. I would ask, how are you approaching this situation? Trying to be stealthy, or?
I was not told that they could fly.
Did I not mention that?
No, this is new to me too. So, okay. I don't have a ranged weapon, boyos.
Ill prepared.
That. Okay. You got yourself a melee weapon, huh?
Yes.
Oh. Well, shit. Well, that's egg on my face then.
Well, an option would be to kill them before they notice we're there.
It's a good call. I'm not the sneakiest though, but I can give it a shot.
Give it a shot. See how it works.
Quick question.
Yo.
Is there any
Yes.
sound coming from inside the house?
That is a good question.
That's a great question.
Make a perception check.
7.
Seems quiet. And while you're having this conversation of how to approach, the Mephits appear to have all converged and landed on the roof, and are currently gleefully, you can almost hear their giggles at this distance, expelling fire from their mouths to sort of catch the frozen thatching. One of them, the one nearest, is actually taking its small claws and ripping up bits of thatch to get through the snow to get at some of the drier material underneath. And you watch as it sort of sticks its head into the little hole that it's made, and you see its chest kind of puff up, and you not see the expulsion of fire that it breathes into the structure, but you are aware that it probably is setting fire to the interior through the thatching of the roof.
Yeah. I don't think Riain would be able to not seeing that in this house like burning down, not like step forward and bang on his shield.
Yeah.
Be like, oi!
Oh.
As you bang on your shield,
Yeah.
the 2 on the opposite end of the roof from you both look up very sharply and fixate with these very bright, brilliant orange eyes that seem to glow in their skulls, and they look directly at you banging your shield and kind of assess the party. Meanwhile, the one with its head, actually through the thatching, seems to be trying to pull its head up, and it takes it a try or two before it finally is able to pop free. Bit of thatching now stuck on the end of its horns.
Eh.
And the trio of them turn towards the party and seem to prepare themselves to pounce. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Wanna.
Oh, you rolled the same.
There we go.
The-
Alrighty,
little
gentlemen.
more agility.
So, as the Mephits are kind of preparing themselves to attack, the one nearest you, who had stuck its head into the thatched roofing, comes gliding down on small wings, stops a few feet away,
Oh,
just out of arm's reach, and this small creature takes a big inhalation of breath and expels fire at the people nearest it. So, Dreamer and Krellick, I need you both to give me a dexterity saving throw.
I don't know how that doesn't count as hitting me too, but I will take it. Oof.
Alrighty.
Krellick, my boy.
Oof.
Damn,
So,
that's max damage.
As this thing expels fire, you take 11 points of fire damage to our boy Krellick. Dreamer, you're gonna wind up taking 6 of those. As this thing's chest, flattens as it exhales, and there's this rush of wind and heat, and the snow underfoot starts to boil and steam and almost create a fog cloud around you that very hastily dissipates. The pines behind you there, Krellick, the snow protects them, but you do see that as the snow melts away, that the needles nearest you are starting to peel back and catch fire a little. This creature then kind of lets out this very childish giggle and retreats into the nearby yard, keeping about 10 feet off the ground or so. Kind of this
Jerk.
Krellick's patting his beard down, and he's hurting bad.
Oh yeah.
Not the beard.
Ow.
God, that was.
That then makes it Krellick's turn. What are you doing, hun?
Try not to die.
There's so much more to do.
I know.
There's like 10 of them.
Okay.
It's okay. We got a healer now.
Can I start off with the... What does the bonus action do?
It's like you can do an extra.
You have some abilities
Does it
that are going to
take-
be bonus actions and some that are your regular actions. Attacking with a weapon is an action. Your second wind is a bonus action. You can do both in a turn.
But can I still move?
Yeah,
Or does the
you
bon-
have a
okay.
move, a action, and a bonus action each turn.
I'm going to start with the second wind because I'm almost dead.
So you
Nice.
can now add 8 to your HP, and you still have your movement, which is 25 feet, and an action.
So
There
I
is a
guess-
fence there in front of you.
Yeah, I'm not going to make
That
out
would
with
regard
fence.
difficult terrain. It would take about 10 feet to clear it, or you could go around.
So if it would take 10 feet to clear, would I be able
Right
to
here,
make
you
it
could
to
do
right
it.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there's 15
Okay,
feet.
then I want to make it
So
right
that's 10.
there.
All right.
And I want to swing with my hammer.
He is about 10 feet up, but you do have the hand axes that you can throw.
Yes, I do. So
I
I
How
would
close do you gotta be?
rather
I mean, if you get some distance, maybe hold off and not.
Can I
walk
see
so
him
far.
over the fence?
Yeah, you can see him over
Do
the
I have
fence.
to-
It's a low
Okay.
fence. It just requires you to kind of hop over.
I'll go right in front of the Miri
Alrighty.
right now, and I will throw one of the hand axes.
Ooh. Nice roll.
15
Nice.
definitely hits, so go ahead, click damage on there.
Sweet. Means these things
Nice
aren't that hard to
roll
hit.
again.
7 points. Alrighty. So as you kind of return fire on this creature, and the hand axe strikes it in the chest, it seems to hit with the blunted end of it, but with enough force that this creature kind of squawks and takes 7 points of damage from that slashing. The hand axe clatters to the ground in the snow beneath the creature. So your hand axe is retrievable, but no longer in your hand.
Yep.
No longer in your hand, axe.
So that is your move. You still have, let's see, you move 10 feet. You have an additional 15 feet of movement if you like, but that is your action and bonus action. Are you moving anywhere else this turn?
Nope.
All right.
I'm
Then
ready.
that is now
Shoot.
Dreamer. What you got?
Oh, I forgot to put Miri in there. Huh, that's okay. She's dead last anyways.
Look sadly at the burning tree.
Single tear.
Yeah. That Return to Innocence song starts playing.
Dreamer will flick his wrist, and a thorn whip will appear, sort of like from his elbow,
Oh, I can't wait till I can do stuff like that.
and he will whip it out at the Mephit, hoping to pull it down.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Alrighty. And range on that is 30 feet. Cool. So yeah, go ahead and make the attack roll. You're going to hover over it.
Nice.
15 definitely connects. Roll for damage. All right.
Nice.
And
Nice,
let's
max
see.
dam.
If the creature is large or smaller, you pull it 10 feet closer. So it doesn't even get a save. So as your thorn whip connects with this, flying, giggling elemental,
Yes.
it is yanked down to directly in front of you, Krellick.
Yes.
And is currently now sort of like struggling against the thorn whip, which does, as the spell ends, almost seem to catch fire from the heat of this creature's body, which you can feel. It is palpable being that close to the creature. Any bonus actions or movement, Dreamer?
I would like to move. What is this
He'd like to move it.
ledge?
That
behind us?
ledge would be about 10 to 15 feet up. So it is a bit of a climb if you're going that direction.
It's going to take 3 climb checks.
It wasn't made clear, but Dreamer
Okay.
is 6'7".
All right.
Nice.
Big boy.
So 6'7", he can almost see over the top of one of those very low cliffs there. if he wants to make his way that direction. We'll call it
would like to,
difficult
yes.
terrain to climb. And the remainder, let's see, because it is that high, give me an athletics check.
Okay.
So you kind of pull your wooden metal body up.
My old rusty metal body.
8.
That's what we'll call you. Old Rusty.
So unfortunately, as you kind of hook your hands over to try and pull yourself up, your hands slide on the ice on the edge of the shelf there, and you're not able to pull yourself up at this time. Can still go around. You have not lost really any movement.
Shoot.
Darn it.
Heck.
Yeah, you've only done, what, 5 feet, so...
Yeah, so you've done 5, 20, 25.
Well, I'll go right there.
Okay. And is that the end of your turn?
That will be me.
Alrighty. That is now another of the Mephits, who, seeing this one getting pulled down closer to the party, going to wind up flying to about here, and is going to try and hide in the tree. So this thing...
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah. Here I go, and no.
Alrighty. So I think one of you has a passive considerably higher than that. Oh, no you don't. Alright. Creature...
It would be me.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Here I was thinking of the others, because... Let's see, perception. Yeah. So, of the party, Dreamer, because you were closest to this creature, you can see its brilliant red body moving through the limbs of the pine that it is currently flown into. As you're watching, some of the snow starts to melt and drip off the ends of the pine. It really is a terrible hiding spot for this creature. You are able to see it still. The others are aware of where it's gone, but would have to go and actually take a look for it.
It's disappeared completely.
So that is now the other Mephit, who does have the distance. Oh no. It's gonna fly to here in front of you, Riain. And this one, you see that chest expanding.
Damn it.
Oh, shit.
You sure he doesn't want to hide in a tree?
Pretty sure. As it expels a 15-foot cone. We need dexterity saves.
No,
yeah.
Miri!
From Miri,
Okay.
from Riain, and from Felgrin.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Oh, deck save. Whoops.
And... yeah.
One moment.
Okay, Miri's at least good. I'll take the hit.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And is it, like, still up in the air, or is it,
It's
coming
come down to about 5 feet in front of you.
Okay, cool.
So that is 7 points of fire damage to Riain. Felgrin, you meet the DC, so you are going to take 4 points of that, but you are a tiefling, are you not?
I
You're
am.
resistant to fire that is reduced to 2.
Yes.
And poor Miri gets singed down there on the ground as the snow starts to steam around her. Kind of squeaks and goes to hide behind Krellick's legs.
Okay, good. Hide, little one.
And that is as far as it can go on this turn. So, Felgrin, my lad, what are you doing?
Yep. That's a good start, I think.
The old Felgrin shuffle.
Yeah.
He's going to, I think, charge up a Ray of Frost
Nice.
at the Mephit in front of Krellick.
Alrighty.
Oops, there it is. I did it
Are
twice.
there any rules for Krellick being...
It would have, because it is a small creature behind him, a +2 to its AC. That is partial cover.
And he's not flying, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, this thing got yanked down. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, yeah, I think a 24 hits. So go ahead and
Pretty
give us
sure.
that, give us that damage there.
Natty 18. Time for Ustrable Rocks.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
At least it's worth 2, I think.
I forget.
So, yeah, here's the beautiful thing. As your ray of very feeble frost, because you rolled a 1 on your damage, rockets past Krellick. Krellick, you feel, it's obviously cold around here, but it's almost like there's a cold spot just over your shoulder as a small, bright blue
Ghost.
beam connects with the center of the Mephit's forehead. And While it appears very weak, this creature shrieks in hideous pain and starts clawing at the cold spot on the center of its face. It is going to take 2 points of damage from that.
What was going? Wait, that was close.
You're fine.
So,
Um,
it was barely a breeze blow.
All right. Rian, what are you doing?
I'm gonna finish up my movement by going up there.
Good.
Okay, Rian is going to... That's a very good question. That one in front of him goes before he goes again. So I can't help but think it's best if I go after him. So yeah, I am going to... you can attack diagonally, right?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, you can.
Okay. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to take a swing at that boyo that's in front of Krellick, and then we can swap sides if I actually do something good here.
Swapsies.
Swapsies. Okay. Popping up. There we go. Attack. Normal.
A 14 connects. Give me damage on that one.
Nice.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah. And,
3.
minimum friggin' damage again.
So, striking out with your longsword, you are able to pierce the wing of this creature, and it is distracted from Krellick to swing its attention now fully onto you.
Oh, sweet.
That is now Miri's turn. What is she doing?
Miri, I think, is going to follow Felgrin.
Goody.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he'll actually tell her. Rian will be like, get behind Felgrin. Keep next to him.
Got it. And she kind of hops off of the back of Krellick's legs and is briefly able to attain some altitude. She only gets about like 4 feet off the ground, which really seems to be struggling with those small wings of hers. She's almost flapping more like a bat than a majestic dragon. And it comes splashing down in sort of the deeper snow around your feet, Felgrin. Skids to a bit of a stop.
Don't get in my way.
That small draconic head kind of snakes up and cocks its head to one side to kind of give you an approximation of a glare.
Nice.
That is now going to be the Mephit's turn that is in front of you, Krellick. This creature, having expelled its fire breath and is now had kind of its butt beat, is going to disengage and try and get as far away from you as it can manage, as it kind of and kind of beats its wings, retreating back to here. That is its turn. It is now Krellick's turn, as your opponent goes into a full-fledged retreat.
Now, how far away did it fly?
It flew about 30 feet away.
I'm gonna throw my last hand axe at it.
Nice.
Are you getting a little closer for that? Or are you staying where you are?
Yeah, what's the range on it?
The hand axe has a range of, if you're attacking a target within 20 feet, you roll normally. Beyond 20 feet, you roll at disadvantage.
You'd have to get, like, here.
So you'd have to get into the yard,
So, like, this guy.
and you would probably get an attack of opportunity by this guy unless you hop the fence.
Yeah, I mean, technically you could hop the fence with your movement speed,
Yeah.
so I would say that's your safest bet. If you wanted to do that. It's up to you.
So right here?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright.
So, hefting yourself over the fence, if you want to give us that attack roll with the hand axe.
Ooh, yeah.
Natural 20.
Crit.
That's a slap.
Nice.
That's what
Alright.
in business call a slap.
Give us the damage for that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nicely done. All right. So, if you wanted to describe to us what a hand axe tumbling end over end does to a small creature when it connects with that sort of force.
Well, Krellick is still honestly angry about his beard getting burned. So, he just threw it with everything he had and just managed to catch it right in the back of the noodle.
Oh,
As it's trying to
Yeah.
flee, that's cool.
Alrighty. So, in catching this thing in the back of the noodle, the instant that it dies and its body strikes the ground, kind of bounces a little on the hard, frozen dirt, it glows this very bright, fiery red color, and then there is an outward thunderclap of fire as it bursts into death. So, it doesn't reach you from where you are,
Yeah.
but the house that it dies beside this fence and this sort of wood pile here starts catching fire, and all the snow around it is suddenly melted, and it's just bare, muddy earth underneath.
I'm gonna kind of glance back over the fence. Do you realize they explode when you kill them?
I was not aware of that, so... this isn't
Slipped
great.
my mind.
All right. Are you doing anything else with your turn? Oh, your original hand axe that you threw is on the ground in this tile here, if you want to grab that.
I'll finish my movement right there and grab it.
Alrighty. Dreamer, you have eyes on the Mephit nearest you that is currently trying to hide in that pine from the others. You catch a glimpse of it, and it is seemingly focused on Riain, and you see it kind of almost bouncing from one foot to the other on a tree limb, as if preparing itself to pounce on him. What are you doing? It does have partial cover from being in the pine.
Dreamer is going to... Is it snowing? Probably not.
It's not snowing, but there is snow on the ground.
He's going to take a handful of snow
Okay.
and sort of toss it up in the air. It goes into the air, it turns into a knife, and he's going to chuck it at the Mephit in the tree.
Oh, nice.
Nice. What ability is that?
Solid choice.
What is that ability?
Ice
Ice
knife.
knife.
It's a spell.
Oh, ice knife. Gotcha, sorry. That's not...
He's just adding some extra stank, some extra flavor.
Oh, that's still awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I thought maybe
tasty.
he had like ability to just turn elements into weapons. I was like, that's cool.
So go ahead and make... Yep, so 14 connects, roll for damage.
We're hitting. Yes.
I'd say we're doing good hitting.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Okay, hold up.
Holy
I was gonna say
goodness.
that's a lot.
Yeah, let's see. So hold on. Let's, this guy, he got to make his dexterity save. So let's see what he winds up doing with that. Oh, he's not proficient in it, so
Yeah.
a 9.
Yeah.
So, you initially do 9 points of damage to this Mephit, and as the ice knife sort of embeds itself in its chest and starts steaming, it suddenly explodes outward, and the Mephit takes an additional, let's see, because it took 9, 18, you do 34 points of damage to this creature, as its vulnerability to frost is its undoing.
Good
What
man.
is D10 plus 2d6?
You have to connect with the attack
D10
roll
is
and
piercing.
yes, so it only does 9, but then it also does the additional cold damage. Thank you for catching that. So 9, 8, 16, 27. Yeah, this thing's still dead. Well done. So that would be this guy here. And you guys watch as Dreamer kind of tosses up a snowball. Doesn't really seem necessarily the best time for that, but it turns into a shard of razor sharp ice that goes rocketing into the tree where you had seen that Mephit disappear. And when it does, there's a brief pause, and then suddenly this outward burst that severs the top of the pine from the base, and it just kind of comes crashing down to one side like he's just chopped down a Christmas tree. Very, very crudely.
The druid killed a tree.
I'm so sorry, friend.
That was awesome. Oh, you got to do that more often. I love this guy.
Alrighty. The,
Grin, how come you didn't do that? Yours looked like a... you looked like a ladies' fan. You just kind of blew extra wind at him.
I have your dragon.
And you better not touch her. Put a
Then
pair
shut your mouth.
of hair on her head. Oh, don't you threaten me, boy.
Just
oh,
did.
my
What are you gonna do
goodness.
about it?
There's still
I'm
I'm
one
gonna
left.
bite you.
Yeah, these Muppets are done. I'm coming after you.
Alright. The remaining Mephit, as the one to its north, a few feet away, suddenly explodes in this mini sort of like outward burst of ice shards, seems to rethink actually being involved in this fight, and it is going to try and dash as fast as it can into town,
Nice.
towards the eastern end. So you do have an attack of opportunity on this creature. If you want to make an
Nice.
attack roll on that.
I absolutely do.
13 connects. Give me that damage.
Ooh. Minimum damage again. Man, I'm not doing great on the
It's alright.
damage today.
What it's going to wind up being is we're going to come to a situation where all of a sudden all you're doing is rolling crits, and it's because you saved up from these moments.
Exactly.
That is 4 fumbles in the session.
Yeah.
I did 2 on my very first 2, my instigation or my investigation and my whatever the other one was, and then my 2 damage rolls have both been minimum damage.
All right, now
Sigh.
Felgrin, it is your turn.
Well, let's watch me bumble a spell.
Attaboy.
He's gonna be casting Chaos Bolt.
All right.
Chaos Bolt has a range of 120 feet.
Oh,
so
nice.
he can snipe.
That's 100
He
feet.
can snipe
Nice.
that guy. So let's give that a shot. Hopefully I don't roll fire on the random table. If I hit.
If that would be brutal. But go ahead and launch that Chaos Bolt.
Let's find out. Let's go to the recap, Johnny.
Kill it.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness.
Crit.
Alrighty.
Now I really hope I don't roll fire.
Yeah, no shit. Just fully heal it.
So if you if you click on the name of Chaos Bolt and expand the spell, there actually is an option on there to roll the damage.
Type.
Yeah.
The
Well,
damage
you
type.
Yeah, it's right
should
up there
you
in
should click
the thing up there too. Yeah, there we go.
Pretty sure that's also bad.
well, hold on. That's roll the 2d8 plus 1d6 line.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Psychic.
So you have a choice between, say, we'll keep that initial 6. So you have a choice between poison or acid damage, because we'll keep that first one that was rolled.
So wait, don't I roll double the dice?
Yes,
Since I
you do.
critted? How do I initiate that?
This is very, very strange with Chaos Bolt. Huh. Go ahead and roll me the 2d8 plus 6 string again.
So that'd be 18,
Yeah.
and then...
So 18, and then I guess pick what sort of damage type you want from that.
Well, 2 is cold, so I will be picking that if I can.
Alrighty.
Um,
So add those all together for me. That's 18, but 2 of that is an additional cold damage, yeah? Because it is vulnerable.
da.
Oh no, you convert everything to cold, don't
Yeah,
you?
the entire attack's damage is cold.
So it's
So it's
dead.
36
Yeah.
damage.
Holy, alright. So if you would like to describe to us what your Chaos Bolt looks
Ooh, level
like.
5 damage, damn.
He's real flamboyant. So, he's kind of like just kneel down, and it just looks like he's just ripping the snow from the ground, and it's just gonna form into just a giant, I don't know, kind of awkward-looking spear above his head, and then he just hurls it, just
Nice.
piercing it through the chest.
Alright. And as it does, this creature, like the other two, upon death, explodes into a burst of fire. This one catching the pines around it aflame and scorching away the, protective layer of snow underfoot. And that is now the end of your first combat with Dreamer.
Is that a little better, Rian?
Like, that was alright. The knife thing was, okay, yeah, it was great. It was pretty awesome. I can't even argue that one. It was awesome.
Took a little note from his book, I'll admit.
Carl's gonna see if anything's left of his hand axe.
From
Alright.
like just
After
one
the
up him.
explosion.
A lucky one up, yes.
Yeah.
So, your hand axe, when you go to retrieve it, it's still intact, still usable. It is a little scorched. The handle actually is, or the metal itself is glowing, almost a nice cherry color. And, kind of pick it up. Seems to be cooling rapidly in the open air. But for the next 5 minutes or so, you will do an additional point of fire damage if you swing that at something.
Okay. Well, he's gonna keep it out so he doesn't burn himself.